Alright, so as you can see over here, I do have 3 little pieces of rope, and I'm just gonna do one little knot very quickly, and they can actually be inspected by the audience before you even begin. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask you to please do this one over here, while in the meantime I'm gonna do the last one. Okay, and actually there is no gimmicks at all in these ropes. Okay, so now this is the one you did, and I do have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and I'm just gonna explain something very quickly. My attempt is gonna link all the 3 ropes together, and the only issue is that they all tied up really hard, as you can see, but it's gonna be kind of fast. All right, in the count of 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Done. It's actually quite fast. They all already linked together with a full knot, and at this point it can actually be handled to the audience for a complete examination. Here, well, then let's begin by the first one. You can see the knot, and follow by the second, also with a full knot, inspected, and the last one. Notice they all tied up and linked together. Believe it or not, you can actually handle out these ropes for inspection. Okay, so let me begin by saying that if you have 3 ropes, different color, it's gonna work much better, and I believe it's gonna be more visual effect. If you want, you can buy ink, to colorize the fabric, your clothes. That's going to be a good way, to colorize these ropes as well. So, because these ropes are made of fabric, there is not much nylon in it, and it's going to be much better, so the secret knot doesn't slide out too easily, and it's not also too thick, but at least this way it's going to work very good. Okay, so the size of this rope is about 50 inches long, and after you cut it, make sure you have a straight end right here, and then I used glue. It's a white color, multi-purposes. I don't think it really matters too much, but this is not too much silicone, but it's not too thick neither. This is good because it penetrates into the rope quite easily. So it's a little bit more liquid, like many other glues that are too thick in consistency. And let it dry for a couple days. And this is what I do. I'm gonna give you an example from the magician's perspective. Now let me explain the secret knot. I'm gonna be focused on one rope. They have no gimmicks actually. It's just the way you do one of the knots. And usually, as you can see in the performance, the second rope, I give it to the spectators to distract the spectator from seeing me put an attention the way I'm doing this secret knot. This is all I'm doing. Okay. Notice this end never goes through entirely the hole, and I hide the excessive loop like that. Now obviously you want to keep it a little bit less obvious by keeping both ends a little bit more square, but let me do it once again. This is what I do. I keep at least this length for an extra loop. This goes around once, and then the long one, the long end, this doesn't go all the way through, but at least you pinch about the middle, hold this rope and stretch this other one to close the loop, the circle, so you can pinch right here and stretch. Not too much, otherwise it's gonna get out. Once again, once. Try to get used to this so you can do it as fast as you can. Okay. You want to be sideways towards the audience so they don't see too much the suspicious knot. And that's it. Okay, that's all you had to do. You had to be ready. And as long as they don't really pay too much attention and the audience is not really too close to you, that's going to be much better. And I have the two normal ropes with a normal knots. Okay. Now the long one is the one I'm pinching right here, the loop. So it's a little bit too obvious, you can follow the explanation. These two other ropes, I'm gonna put them right here in the middle, and they are going through the loop with the special knot. Okay, that's it. Then before you proceed to anything else, while you're speaking, try to get rid of this loop. Don't try to pull it at the same time to get rid of the loop, because it's not gonna be that easy. While you're speaking, keep stretching. And when it's out, make sure you're holding this side of the rope. If you don't hold this and you stretch, notice this knot, the second knot, is gonna end up by the middle of the rope, and you want it to end up by the ends of this rope. So that's why it's important to hold the rope. Once again, the long end and the short end. This is a little longer because it's gonna make things easier. I'm stretching over here so it closes the loop, and then put right here in the middle the other two ropes. And once I put them over here, it's going around. Watch carefully. Once I put them over here, they close it, and then this goes inside. These two fingers are holding the rope in place, and when you try to pull it, notice the loop that was pinching this long end is getting off. Once it's off already, you can just pull it. Pull, 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 pull. Notice these two fingers are holding the rope in position. You can cover it up with your hand so it closes very well. Don't let these two ends go yet, and bring it back. And at the same time, you're stretching right here in the middle. Let one go immediately so it doesn't look as suspicious, over here. And stretch it so you can completely close as tight as possible this second knot. Okay, and that's it. The only issue, when you can handle these link ropes to the spectator, the only problem is you pull this, it's gonna get out quite easy. In a performance, when I do this gesture, I was not really pulling the rope too hard, because this rope may get out that easily. But just the gesture itself, it looks like you're really pulling. Slide it out. Well, don't slide it out. That's the only issue that I'm trying to prevent from audience to pull it themselves. I mean, you can anyway, give it away for inspection,